make the meeting, let the COC keep anybody as the resolution professional. I will be out from IRP. There is a small breed of professionals who are specializing in only being in the IRP. Because if you are an RP, you have to do valuation, you have to maintain the accounts, you have to be the MD of the company, you have to run the company. I don't have a wherewithal. I am a 4-member team. I am a advocate with 3 juniors I have. One for the ITAT, one for the High Court, and one for the CSTAT. That is all I have. I cannot run the company. So I will be very happy. Actually, people like me will be very happy being only the IRP. People like you who have a full-fledged office, who have article clerks sitting in the bench, these people can take up the work very easily and run the company. All the IRP has to do is only supervise half an hour a day in the morning. All the checks will come, sign it off, send it off. The bank will give a report. The particular paid assistant or the article clerk will be in a situation where he will handle. You will be instructing them everything. It's like doing a concurrent audit. Simple. Over the years, you can make an SOP, standard operating procedure, and it will keep on running. One vertical will keep on running. No deadlines, no extension. So whenever you get the job, 6 months from that, you will be doing it. In the process, you will have valuers. You will be with interim CFOs or part-time. What is that? Online CFOs. There are online CFOs available who will be a CFO for the company for like 4 hours a week. He will be there. You can appoint him. No? The code provides it. So again, a huge opportunity. Electronic payments, almost everything in this code is through email. If you have an email, dedicated email, you can keep on sending, absolutely no problem. Meetings are conducted by the resolution professional. Notice to financial creditor, the suspended board of directors, operational creditor over 10% of the debt has to be given. You have to have an equitable position. Operation creditors no right to vote, they can only observe. Voting is based on what you have actually finalized, based on the amount of debt, and it is determined by the resolution professional. Look at the powers which the Act actually vests with the professional. You are the fulcrum. Actually, the resolution professionals are the fulcrum for this Act itself. Or the Act to survive, if you have a good team of resolution professionals, the Act will go places. And COC has to approve the following: any finances, any creating any interest security, changing the capital structure, related party transactions has to be approved by the. It is not a crime doing a related party transaction. It has to be approved by the COC. If it is approved by the COC, no problem. Among the constitution documents, you need the approval of the COC. 75% approval has to be there. Allegation of authority, disposal of shares, investments, etc., etc. The change in the management, statutory auditors, internal auditors, others as per the Act. Banks are indulging in it, especially the public sector. Strong public sector banks are indulging in trying to change the statutory auditors. The action of the resolution professional will be void if the approval of the COC is not obtained. So there has to be perfect documentation by the resolution professional. He must do the documentation perfectly to prove at any court of law. Information memorandum. The resolution professional has to make an information around all assets, liabilities, what is the net present value, what is the valuer's value, how much it will fetch if it is sold immediately, are there any buyers for it, and what are the claims, how much money will be received, how many debtors you can enforce, investments you can sell, shares, whether you have to sell it now or at a later point in time, all those things will be part of the information memorandum, and it has to be shared with everybody. This thing, the resolution plan has to be done within 180 days. It has to be approved by 75%, and the requirement is protection of the financial creditor. You cannot say that the financial creditor will not receive anything. There has to be protection to the financial creditor. Provide for the insolvency resolution process cost, including your fees. It has to be provided for. Only then the resolution plan can go about. Payments of due to the operational creditors, all operational creditors, whether the claim has been received or not. As per the balance sheet, the full operational creditor, you need to provide them. You need to come out with a scheme for repayment for them. Management of the affairs of the corporate debt are important. The resolution plan must say how the corporate debtor is planning to do a management. He can appoint you as a consultant. He can appoint you as an authorized signatory, etc., etc. And implementation and supervision of the plan. Only a chartered accountant will be able to supervise the implementation. And the chartered accountant has to be smart. And the compliance with all the laws and regulations. What are the laws and regulations? You have the Companies Act, the Income Tax Act regulations you need to do, the GST. Don't you smell additional opportunities here? With your existing people, without increasing the workforce? I don't know, with all such opportunities available, the number of chartered accountants coming into the field are only 56. Only 56 chartered accountants have actually, got this exam and become registered from Chennai. I'm at loss to understand. Huge opportunity available. Okay, approval of the resolution plan. It has to be approved by the AA. It can reject. Once the rejection of the approval plan happens, immediately the moratorium will fall fat, and everything will again come back to the old situation. Submission of all the details relating to the process to the board. Everything has to be submitted. Right of appeal is only with the NCLAT. And interestingly, NCLAT has only one bench in India, that too in New Delhi. So you can book your tickets to Delhi and go in case you want to appeal against the rejection. Now we will come to the main picture. I see many faces smiling here. In fact, we have seen all that earlier itself. I mean, as I was making the presentation process itself, I made it a point, because it is a separate module, and already we are 7:30. Even though I have time till 8:30, I am compelled or induced to close it a bit earlier. So let me see that. The creditor in possession is a trustee. There is a trusteeship. You are in a fiduciary capacity, and you cannot behave like an owner, and only we can do all that. And so the insolvency professional is required. It is a separate category of professionals. Insolvency professional is a separate category of professionals who are into it. He can be an interim professional, resolution professional, or a liquidator. Depending upon the circumstances, he'll keep changing his hat. Default by corporate creditor. From now till the bank audit starts for you, the season, you have a unique opportunity to revisit your client's balance sheets, to see if there are any long-standing debtors for them which can be recovered through this process. Huge opportunity, sitting opportunities, as we say in KPMG, it's a low-hanging fruit. It's a low-hanging sweet fruit. You can advise your clients to go into the insolvency process where there are acknowledged debts. You only know all those acknowledged debts, and trying to identify which are the clients to whom you can actually help. Application by the financial creditor in case of your client has given loans to somebody which is in his asset and the amounts are not recoverable. Again, you can assist them. Of course, you can be an insolvency professional. Proof of debt. Either you will have to create the proof of debt which is available, or you will have to take it out by circumstantial evidence from the bank accounts, from the other person's accounts to say that there is an existence of a debt. Application admitted. Committee of creditors, we have seen what are the roles we can play and how we can participate in the resolution plan for the debtor, and how you can preserve and protect the enterprise value in the calm period. Calm period, there will be raids on the company with respect to notices, with respect to hearing summons, etc., etc. You as a resolution professional will be able to actually save it. I am not going into the insolvency work for individual and partnership, which is not very relevant now presently. Insolvency professional has its own qualification, disqualification. We have an employment, and the various functions are the interim resolution professional. He can be a resolution function and a liquidator also. So professionals with 15 years, now it has been reduced to 5 years experience, and enrolled with any of the 4 main professions, and the actuary can be. Others have to be 10 years experience and who should have some experience in ARC, debt and construction, turnover on work, liquidation, etc., etc. So these people can actually apply. Disqualifications let us not see. And every insolvency professional will be having a unique number assigned to him by the board, which he has to quote everywhere. And where there are, your relatives of any stakeholder, shareholder and all, you must excuse yourself from the appointment, or you must disclose that appointment to IBBI earlier itself. And there must not be any disciplinary proceedings ending against the resolution professional in the board. The process is something like this.